All right, so today we're going to be talking about something that I think is pretty important, cyberbullying and cyberstalking.
Yeah.
And especially for those of you out there that are interested in helping
Right?
the young people in your lives kind of navigate the sometimes choppy waters of the internet.
Yeah, definitely.
We are doing a deep dive into some material from Dr. Daniel Aweda,
Okay.
also known as the Professor,
Uh-huh.
and he's the cyber coach.
I like that name.
And I gotta say, his insights on all this are really, really spot on.
Yeah.
And what I really liked about what he had to say is he doesn't just tell kids to be careful online.
Right.
Like,
It's not as simple as that anymore, is it?
it's not that simple. And he really gives them the knowledge and skills they need to like own their online experience.
Yeah, it's refreshing, isn't it?
It is.
Like, he really gets that just saying don't talk to strangers
Right.
doesn't really cut it in today's digital world.
It doesn't at all.
Kids need a lot more than that, and he delivers.
He does. So
Okay.
let's kind of unpack all this.
Okay.
Starting with like just the basics.
Okay.
When we say cyberbullying, when we say cyberstalking,
Yeah.
what are we even talking about?
Well, he makes it really clear right off the bat that cyberbullying is all about using technology to hurt someone else.
Okay.
So, think about it like
Excuse me.
spreading rumors on social media or posting embarrassing photos or videos of someone without their permission or ganging up on someone in a group chat.
Right.
It's just bullying.
Yeah.
It's just using digital tools.
Yeah. It can be brutal.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just like,
Yeah.
light teasing. That this is intentional cruelty.
Yeah.
And it could really, leave some scars.
Absolutely. And he, really emphasizes how cyberbullying can really just completely impact a young person's self-esteem.
Yeah.
They might withdraw from their friends and family.
Right.
Maybe their grades start to plummet, and then they might even develop anxiety or depression.
Yeah.
The emotional toll is just immense.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what about cyberstalking?
Okay.
How is that different?
So cyberstalking, that's a whole other
Yes.
level of scary.
Yeah.
It's much more targeted.
Okay.
And it often involves, a single perpetrator who's fixated on their victim.
Okay.
And we're talking about like
Yeah.
persistent messaging,
Uh-huh.
even when it's unwanted,
Right.
tracking someone's activity online,
Yeah.
and sometimes even pressuring them to share,
Right.
personal information.
Uh-huh.
It's all about control and intimidation.
And it's really chilling.
Yeah.
He had mentioned that like sometimes cyberstalking can actually spill over into the real world.
Exactly.
It's not just happening on a screen. It can actually escalate
Yes.
into physical danger.
That's a critical point.
It is.
Because it's so easy to dismiss online threats as not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the consequences can be very, very real.
They can be.
And for teenagers and kids
Right.
who maybe don't have the same level of awareness as adults,
Yeah.
these situations can be especially terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, so he's painted kind of a
Yeah.
stark picture.
Yep.
The problem here.
Yes.
But he doesn't leave us hanging,
No, he doesn't.
does he?
No.
He actually provides some really practical solutions.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
He advocates for a multi-pronged approach involving education, communication, using technology strategically,
Okay.
and in some cases, even legal action.
Got it.
Yeah. It's a really comprehensive plan to empower
Yeah.
young people and the adults who care about them.
Yeah. Let's break that down.
Okay.
So first, starting with education and awareness.
Okay.
What are some of the key takeaways there?
Well, one of the biggest things he emphasizes is teaching kids about digital citizenship.
Okay.
Basically, how to behave responsibly online. So that includes being super careful about what personal information they share, understanding that their digital footprint is permanent,
Right.
and recognizing the red flags of cyberbullying and cyberstalking.
I love how he puts it.
Yeah,
It's like building your digital reputation.
exactly.
Yeah.
And he suggests something really interesting.
Okay.
He talks about using role-playing scenarios to help kids practice how to respond
Oh, yeah.
to uncomfortable or even threatening situations online.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a fire drill
Oh,
for the
yeah.
internet.
I wish they had that when I was a kid.
Right.
But okay,
Yeah.
so it's not just about knowledge though, right? It's
Right.
also about communication.
Absolutely. He
Right.
is a huge advocate for open communication
Okay.
between young people and the trusted adults in their lives.
Right.
He really stresses creating a safe space
Yeah.
where kids feel comfortable talking about their online experiences
Right.
without fear of being judged or punished.
It's so important for them to know they can come to us
Yeah.
with anything,
Yeah.
no matter how embarrassing or scary it might seem.
Yeah. And he also reminds us that communication isn't just about reacting to problems.
Right.
It's also about having those regular check-ins with our kids,
Okay.
asking them about, what their favorite apps are. What
Yeah.
games are they playing?
Yeah.
Who are they connecting with online?
Right.
What's exciting them? What's worrying them?
Yeah.
It's about staying connected to their digital lives without being intrusive.
It's like walking that line, right?
Yeah.
Of being informed,
Yeah,
but also like respecting their privacy.
exactly.
That could be tough,
It can.
but it's so worth it.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, and you know what? He actually points out that technology itself
Oh, yeah.
can be a really powerful tool in this fight.
Right.
It's not just the source of the problem.
Yeah.
It can also be a part of the solution.
Okay. So how do we use technology then
Okay.
to protect young people online?
Well, a couple things.
Okay.
He suggests, first, parental control software.
Okay.
There are a lot of programs out there
Right.
that allow you to filter content,
Ah.
limit screen time,
Okay.
and even monitor your child's activity.
Right.
So it's a way to create a safer
Yeah.
digital environment for them.
Especially when they're younger.
Yeah, especially when they're younger.
But what about like
Got it.
older kids and teenagers
Yeah.
who might, resist that level of
But he
overboard?
addresses that too.
Okay.
He talks about the importance of teaching teenagers
Yeah.
about privacy settings on social media.
Okay.
They really need to know
Yeah.
how to control who sees their posts,
Uh-huh.
who can contact them,
Right.
and how to protect their personal information.
It's about empowering them to manage their own online safety.
It's about giving them the tools to be in control,
Right.
rather than feeling control.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, he also encourages parents to have conversations about
Okay.
using safe browsers and apps,
That's
ones
good.
that are reputable
Yeah.
and designed for their age group.
Okay. So we've talked about education, communication, and technology.
Yeah,
But what happens if, despite our best efforts,
right.
cyberbullying or cyberstalking
Mm-hmm.
does occur?
Yeah.
What steps should we take then?
So he actually outlines a very clear action plan
Okay.
for those situations.
Right.
The first and foremost, he says, document everything.
Yep.
Take screenshots of the harassing messages,
Got it.
save emails,
Mhm.
record any instances of online abuse,
Okay.
because this evidence can be crucial
Right.
if you need to report the incident to the platform
Yeah.
or even to the authorities.
It's like gathering evidence for a
Yes,
case.
it
For a
is.
case. And he says the next step
Yeah.
is to block the offender.
Yes.
This immediately cuts off communication
Right.
and helps protect the victim from further harassment.
Exactly. It's about taking back control of the
Right.
situation.
It's about empowering that victim to say, like, enough is enough.
Absolutely.
And then he encourages
Yeah.
reporting the abuse to the platform where it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yes.
Most social media sites,
Uh-huh.
gaming platforms, have these built-in reporting tools
Right.
for harassment.
Yeah.
And he stresses the importance of using them.
Definitely.
It's a way to notify the company about the abuse
Mhm.
and potentially get the offender's account suspended.
Yeah.
It's about holding that offender accountable
Mm-hmm.
and making the online space safer for everyone.
Exactly.
But he acknowledges that sometimes those measures just aren't enough.
yeah, sometimes you have to
Yeah.
get other people involved.
Right. So when should we consider, like,
Yeah.
involving the authorities?
So he suggests contacting school officials
Okay.
for any bullying incidents that are happening among peers.
Okay.
Because schools often have policies and resources to address bullying and mediate conflicts.
Right.
But for more serious threats,
Okay.
harassment or stalking,
Mhm.
especially if it extends beyond the school environment,
Yeah.
involving law enforcement might be the best course of action.
It can be daunting
It can.
to involve law enforcement,
Yeah,
but sometimes it's the necessary step to protect someone's safety.
sometimes it is.
And he emphasizes the importance
Right.
being aware of the laws
Yes.
regarding cyberbullying and cyberstalking
Yeah.
in your area.
Mm-hmm.
Because in some cases, these behaviors can have serious legal
it's-
consequences.
Right.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from like prevention to intervention, but I'm curious about his thoughts on like long-term prevention strategies.
Okay.
What can we do to create a culture where cyberbullying and cyberstalking are less likely to occur in the first place?
Well, he's a big believer in promoting digital literacy. He says we need to teach young people how to critically evaluate information online, how to spot fake profiles, and how to protect themselves from things like phishing scams. It's about equipping them to be savvy online navigators.
So it's not just about avoiding danger. It's also about giving them those skills to be informed and discerning users of technology.
He also emphasizes the importance of empathy training. We really need to help young people understand that there's a real person on the other side of that screen, someone who experiences real emotions and can be deeply affected by their words and actions.
It's so crucial.
It is.
It's about fostering that sense of responsibility and compassion in the digital world.
He also stresses the importance of strong offline relationships. You know, kids who have a strong support system in the real world are much better equipped to handle the challenges
of the online world.
They have people they can talk to.
They do.
Confide in and rely on when things get tough.
Exactly.
So it's about making sure that the digital world doesn't become their only world.
Exactly. And finally, he highlights the importance of modeling positive online behavior ourselves.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because kids are watching us.
I are.
Even when we don't realize it. And if we're demonstrating respect, kindness, and responsible online conduct, they're much more likely to follow suit.
Yeah, it's that old adage.
It is.
Actions speak louder than words.
It's about setting the tone, you know, for how we want our young people to experience the online world.
And just creating a culture where everyone feels safe and respected, both online and off.
This has been such an insightful deep dive.
It has.
I really like his approach. It's so practical and empowering. He really gives us, you know, concrete tools to address these challenges and create a more positive online experience for everyone. Especially for those young people who are just starting to navigate this complex world.
You know what I think is so valuable about his approach is that he doesn't just focus on the dangers. He also highlights those incredible opportunities that technology offers. You know, it's about finding that balance, teaching young people to be critical thinkers, responsible users, and compassionate members of the online community.
And he reminds us that we're not alone in this.
We're not.
You know, we have resources, we have tools, we even have laws to help us protect young people from harm.
But it starts with awareness, education, and open communication.
It's about creating like a circle of support.
It is.
Around these young people. Parents, educators, mentors, even their peers.
Absolutely.
All working together to try and create this safer, more positive online world.
He leaves us with a really powerful message. You know, the internet is an extension of the real world.
It is.
And the same values should apply. Respect, kindness, empathy. These are the building blocks of a healthy digital society.
He encourages us to remember that every interaction online,
every single one,
is a human interaction.
It is.
There's a real person on the other side of that screen.
There is.
And our words and actions have the power to either uplift or harm.
It's a call to action for all of us.
It is.
To be more mindful, more responsible, and more compassionate in our digital lives.
And to empower the next generation to do the same. Well, if this deep dive has sparked your interest, I highly recommend checking out Dr. Aweda's full lecture online.
You'll find so much great information.
You will.
And practical tips.
And remember, the most important thing is to keep those conversations going. Open, honest, and supportive.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
On The Deep Dive.